Guys, welcome back. I'm in a different location today because some of you have been asking me to show you how I style my second day hair when I am not necessarily washing it in the morning but using dry shampoo, and my hair is very fine even though I have a lot of it. This style looks a little bit different than how I normally do it, but the guts of what I'm going to show you are the same. I had my hair done at the salon yesterday, highlighted and trimmed, and the way she styles it is not really how I style it, so I had to kind of work with that today and fight some curls that were going in a different direction. And so I just did what I could do. But what I do in the video is pretty much what I do every time I style my second day hair. So I am doing this voiceover style because when I was actually going through the motions, my husband was sleeping right in the other room and I couldn't talk through it. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started.
I know it looks really silly, but sometimes before I go to bed, I throw my hair into a high pony because when I take it out, it gives me more volume than if I sleep with it down. It doesn't happen all the time, but I do like to do that if I can. So the first thing that I do when I take my hair down or when I go into my bathroom is pull my bangs separate from the rest of my hair, and I blow dry them the same way I do when my hair is wet. I put the round brush in the back and I just take a blow dryer to it just to get that swoop that I like to have. And please excuse me for my lack of smiling during this video. It was early morning, I had not had my coffee yet, and I was just very serious in this video. My apologies for that. You will note throughout this video, I do use heat. Second day hair for me does not mean lack of heat or less heat necessarily. It just means hopefully taking less time to do my hair. So moving on, now that I've finished the front. So now I'm gonna look at the rest of my hair and try to get out any little bumps or kinks. That usually happens more when I sleep with my hair down. I proceed here the same way I do in my original hair video, which I will link below, by lifting the back half up and out with my flat iron for volume. I do this in sections, and I continue using the flat iron all the way through the last back half of my hair. And this just gives more lift and volume throughout the crown of the head versus having a part that goes all the way from the front of my head to the back of my head. So I do that again on the second day because it just gets flattened out, even though, you know, I may sleep with my hair in a ponytail. Sometimes it still just gets a little flat. So I continue to do that with the flat iron directly at the root and lifting up. And then I continue this process onto the sides of the hair and just getting out any little flat areas, and I usually get those right by the sides of my face, so I'm just getting those out too, still using that up and out motion to get lift and volume all along the sides, and then I flip it over and do the same thing on the other side, taking small bits at a time just to make sure and get everything out. Oh, there was a good little curl right there. And, you know, it takes a tiny bit of time, but it gets everything out that I needed to. And if you have straight hair and you don't get little kinks, then you don't have to worry about all this mess that I'm doing. But for me, I just have natural wave and I have to take the time to get all these little kinks and waves out. So I'm making my way around to finish up the top part of the front to give some lift there. And then I'm going to check it out and make sure it all looks good and that nothing is flat or smushed or parted strangely at the top so that I can move on to the bottom. This is where I use my big 2-inch barrel Hot Tools curling iron, and I'm just sectioning off my hair in 1 or 1.5 inch sections, kind of big, and starting about a half or maybe 2/3 of the way down the hair just to get loose curls just at the bottom because it's just quick and easy. This is where you'll see I'm curling that first part inward, which is not usually what I do, but that's what my stylist did the day before. And so I tried to work with it, and you'll see later that I do end up changing it because it just did not work out for me. I didn't really like the way it looked. So I only did a few curls, and then when I turned around to look at the back, some of my layers didn't quite get into the curling iron, so I just hit that back part again in one spot. And here comes the dry shampoo finally. I'm using Pantene dry shampoo today, and I am spraying it generously at the roots underneath, on top, especially at the top, back, and sides and front, and of course all along the crown of my hair. And I am going to walk around, drink some coffee, do whatever, let it sit for maybe 5-10 minutes. I think I even got dressed, and just let it kind of soak in a little bit before I take my fingers through it. Sometimes I brush through it if my hair is straight that day, and then I will do a little bit more styling. I use my dry shampoo after I do my heat styling so that I don't stir back up any oils. I get more longevity this way out of my dry shampoo throughout the day. So then I'm taking my Living Proof amp and running it through my hair to get even more volume. I didn't use this in my first day hair. Otherwise, I wouldn't use it because I feel like it builds up if you use it 2 days in a row. But I am using it on second day hair today, running it through to get a little extra volume, and brushing a little bit at the roots just to get that dry shampoo distributed. And this is where I realized I did not like that forward curl. So I'm flipping it a little and hoping that the amp will not mess up my hair at the bottom. I don't think I had messed with it with heat styling before. And apparently it works okay if you use heat on top of it. I'm messing with it a little bit more, and this is how it looks today. A little bit different than usual, but it's okay. And I'm spraying it with my Kenra 25 spray, which is pretty much my standard hairspray. And we're good to go.
So I'll also put a link to a couple of my initial hair videos and things that I do to style my hair just throughout the video and at the end, so you can see those. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you're not following me on my social media, I'll put those on the screen and link them down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.